Libra, hi. So this is going to be a reading for the month of July 2022, and I'll do the reading for you and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended at the end of the video. You can check out all the info about that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Libra, what's going on? Juno started running on the wheel. That's what's going on. She's training. She's training for the Olympics. Okay, the overall energy for the reading. The King of Wands was in reverse for some reason. I always keep my cards upright. There's a few that slipped for some reason, in reverse. So the King of Wands came out in reverse. I see this as the energy that, well, it could be you, lacking a sense of confidence, especially on the surface, that looking in the mirror aspect and being like, hey, you got it, kind of lacking in that department. But I see this more as an energy attached to you, where there's something going on there that they're showing up in reverse, not as attractive anymore as they used to you, at least in your perception. Anyways, either or, we'll see when we get back there. Starting off the reading, you get the Seven of Wands crossed by the Four of Swords. There's something about you tied up to another energy where there's a little bit of things changed in your perception. I feel like there's a little bit of rejection over it. There's a little bit of something there. And what I see you doing here is taking a step back and trying to work with, not that you changed your mind or your perception over it, but there's a little something in you that rejects the whole concept. And I feel like that's what you're trying to work with, to see, okay, where's that coming from? What brought that on and where is it coming from within me? So I kind of get the sense that that's what's going on here, where you're looking at the place within you that rejects something that's shown up as being quite important here to you, because in your focus, the Lovers. Definitely a sense of something quite powerful showing up attached to you. In the recent past, the Four of Pentacles, really not wanting to let go of something, really stubborn about, releasing something, or just releasing yourself from something, rather. In your strength, King of Swords, this is a sense of I know best. And I feel like from here you do know best. But there's a whole lot of this and a whole less of emotions attached to you at this time. So there's a whole lot of logic at this time. Nothing wrong with that, of course. I'm just kind of trying to find a balance here, where it's at. In the immediate future, the Eight of Pentacles, you want to build on something. You are building on something here. The energy that supports this reading, the Moon. Some things are not meant to be seen at this time. There's almost like, okay, you got all the information for a situation, but there's some things that you don't got in there, to tie it all up together for now. You're not supposed to, I guess. The energy that surrounds you, and you may not be aware of it. Deception, and it's gonna come out like that, because, if you, let's say you're working with the puzzle and you have quite a few pieces missing, you're not going to be able to put that puzzle together and be like, okay, this is the final product. You can pretend that you've got the final product, but you're never going to have it without those missing puzzles that pertain to the Moon here, right? So that's why it's coming up, this energy, as a little bit sabotaging, deceptive. You may be telling yourself, speaking of that King of Swords, you know what it's about, you know what's up, but do you really? Or are you missing some pieces, to the puzzle? For your hopes and fears, the Two of Cups, two people coming together in love, and in the potential outcome, a little bit of conflict shown up here for you. Now let's clarify. What's up, baby boy? The whole gang is here. Felix, Kai, who still chews on his hair. Stop chewing on your hair, boy. Oscar, hey, baby boy. Hey, baby boy. You wanna sleep? And Juno. Let's see that King of Wands in reverse. Let's see what's happening here. Ah, Two of Wands, King of Cups, Seven of Swords. Interesting concept here you've got going on. So you're kind of waiting for them to show up. You do see them in a way that they're never going to show up if your perception over them is that. But what's happening here, and I feel like that's tied up more to the self-sabotaging aspect of things. While you wait, you actually don't want them to come in. You actually are walking away from this concept. It's like me really standing in line to get something, to get ice cream because I'm really in the mood for ice cream. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to sit in line. I don't want to do this. I'm just going to go. But really wanting the ice cream, but at the same time, not really wanting it. Kind of like the case. And now some of these energies are starting to show up a little more clear. Including the Seven of Wands. So let's do the Seven of Wands, because the Seven of Wands is basically coming in to explain exactly this. While you're waiting for something, you don't really want it. You're rejecting it at the same time. So that's what this is all tied up to. Four of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords. Lots of confusion here. Lots of confusion about this energy. And I know it's confusing because, if you think about it logically and you are in that space of logic, how can you reject something that you really want? It happens a lot. And right now it's the case here for you. And that's why it's shown up as being so freaking confusing and so leaving you basically up in the air. It's like leaving you in a space of, I don't know anymore. Where I feel like you do know. You need that King of Cups back. You need to bring up that, what's truly in your heart so that you can balance it out with the King of Swords. To actually know. Because you do know. If you rely too much on the King of Swords, you're going to know one thing. If you rely too much on the King of Cups, you're going to know another thing. If you put those together, fall into balance there, that's where clarity lies. So you got to start opening up that heart of yours. A little more. Let's do the Four of Swords. You get the Four of Swords again, the Four of Cups, the Judgment card. There's something within you that carries a sense of disappointment over this whole situation. That's why your perception has changed. You look at this person, you're not seeing them in the same way. Even though they may be the same. That means something changed within you, more than likely. And now that I see this sense of disappointment, I know what changed here, because you're carrying that with you. It's like an extra energy that you bring on and you put on the whole situation without realizing that you do. And that's going to create a little bit of a lens through which you're looking at the situation. The good news about all this is that I see you really trying to get to the bottom of it and just healing. Whatever happened here in your perception. Let's do the Lovers in your focus. Three of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles. Now the way this connection is showing up here, it's showing up as something that's working for what it is. It could be a friendship at this point, or you may want it to be that way. There's a light energy around it. There's let's not put too much emotion, too much pressure on it. Let's just take it one day at a time. Let's see where it goes. But there is a sense of collaboration, a sense of bond here that's working out. That may be something you're focusing on to bring into this connection, or it's maybe something you're experiencing at this time in this connection. But it looks like it's, even though it doesn't look like much, it looks like it's light and it's good for now. Let's do the King of Swords in your strength. The Hangman, the Five of Cups, the Ten of Cups. There's a little bit of a pause at some point here. So the more you sit in this energy of making sense, of logic, the more you back away from looking at things that need healing at this time, deep things that you need your heart for. You can't go with the mind in there. You know, the mind is going to only help you so much. It's going to get you past the first step. It's like, oh, I know I have to heal. And that's it. You're going to have to use your heart because your heart was involved in this whole situation. So you're going to have to open that up from that place. Because there's something tied up to happiness, and there's something tied up to how happiness was ruined at some point in a situation. And that is my guess that brought in a lot of pain for you. And you're kind of in standby when it comes to healing that pain. Because again, you're in that place of logic about it. So you can only go so far from that place into healing. That's what I'm saying. Bring in a little love here. You know, bring in a little heart. Let's do the Eight of Pentacles in the immediate future. The Sun, the Page of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles. You're working towards happiness. I see a little bit of decrease in that energy that's being put in there from the Eight of Pentacles to the Seven of Pentacles. That's not worrisome for me. It could be that maybe you're taking a break, you know, through, because I mean, working towards happiness is a lifetime mission, it's a lifetime goal, basically. So it's not, you can't run in that energy continuously, you know, you got to take a break at some point. Or it could even be that maybe stuff happens along the way that you need to experience that too, and it's kind of almost looking like it's backing you away from your path, but it's not. You know, it's just giving you a break, basically. An opportunity to break. Let's do the Moon in the supportive energies. The Five of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Queen of Cups. There's a little bit of a self-sabotaging kind of an energy, a self-deceptive energy. And it is tied up to your heart. Because while I was talking about all of this here, you may have told me, you know, in response, what are you talking about? I got my heart open. Everything's good in that department. My heart is open. Yay. E for heart being open. No, it's not. There's some pain over it. And when I see that layer of pain over it, I don't see the heart being open. Not fully. Maybe it is a little bit. I'm not saying, oh my God, you're a robot. But, you know, there's a little more that needs to happen in that department of opening up your heart. You're not necessarily allowing yourself to do that because you know where your heart is gonna go automatically. So it's like, I'm kind of scared to let it run loose, you know? Okay. But you do know at the same time that it's a little bit damaging for you too, because you need that aspect of you here for this healing you're undergoing, basically. So again, it's not shown up very clear that your heart might be covered a little bit by pain, so that you may not be fully aware of it, but it is showing up here for me, you know, just to let you know, basically. Let's do the Five of Swords in the energy that's around you, and you may not be aware of it. The Queen of Pentacles, the Death card, the Three of Cups. You stopped focusing on yourself here. You know, you where there was a connection, and there still is one for you, where you put your focus onto them only, and then you pulled it back onto you, and you started healing, and you started working with yourself a lot. I feel like your focus is shifting back onto, I gotta get them back, or, you know, maybe I don't, because I'm kind of fighting with energies that I don't like them right now. I don't want them. It's still about them. The energy is still towards them rather than towards you. You shifted from yourself back onto, I hate them, or I love them, or whatever, them, you know? And I gotta get the sense that that's not clear for you either. You don't see that clearly. It might have caught you by surprise here, if it caught you at all, because I see you not recognizing that necessarily, where, you know, you shifted from yourself into focusing again on either hating them or I want them back, whatever the case is on them. Let's do the Two of Cups in the hopes and fears. Ace of Swords in reverse, Nine of Pentacles, Six of Swords. All right, so you're kind of hoping for this to happen, but at the same time not doing anything about it, which I kind of can understand that angle. It's like, you know what, I'm not going to chase it. I'm not going to go do my best to make it happen, which is, again, shifting that energy towards, let me chase them, let me make this happen. So dropping that weapon in terms of I'm not going to make it happen, but I do hope it does happen if it's meant to happen, kind of a thing. That's when you're ready to release this energy, because I see you in the past having a hard time to release something. Now you're ready to release it as you fall into the understanding of if it's meant to happen, it's going to happen. I don't need to chase it, you know? I don't need to force it to happen. So it's quite interesting how it's shown up in contrast with the past, where you were like, I'm not letting this go. Let's do the Five of Wands for the potential outcome. The Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Swords. There's some conflict that's shown up here that has been possibly part of this dynamic for a while, but things are changing. Things are changing in terms of the energy around it is changing, where it's not showing up so much as conflict, it's showing up more as an equal give and take kind of exchange, energy exchange between the two of you. But you know how it is. You think of, oh, I so wish that things would change, that we wouldn't stay in this conflict anymore. And then when things do change, it's like, uh-oh, what do I do now? You know? I've been so used to this conflict energy that I'm like, I don't know what to do when things change, even though I want them to change. So you're kind of showing up like that a little bit. Like, there's a little bit of change for the better, where things are not showing up conflicting anymore, but then it's like, uh-oh, panic. Like, what do I do with this? I don't know, just don't go in here. You know, just take it as it is and see where it goes. Let's see what the universe has to close it off for you. Ace of Pentacles, the Justice card, the Three of Pentacles. There's a shift in this dynamic for sure. And again, the Three of Pentacles is attached to this connection that's quite important to you. There's a shift. There's a brand new beginning showing up for it, which is telling me something is changing for the better here. Meanwhile, you're going through your own healing and your own, you know, I feel like maybe because there's a shift and there's, you know, things are starting to look a little different than before. That's why maybe your focus is shifting more towards them again, in terms of, oh, let me see what they're doing, and when, without realizing that, oh, I'm taking it off of me. Hold on, you know. So that's it, Libra. Let's pull up some final words from the Into the Lonely Woods Oracle. Drink from your own well, water your own garden. Okay. And let's see. Who's doing stupid stuff? I heard noise. Who's breaking stuff? Alright. When we are alone, we learn how to not take our inspiration or sustenance from others. Focus on you. We do not drink from their wells. We do not feed from their cauldrons. We do not need anyone else's energy to generate our own. We can create our own energy, find the source of the spring within us, and begin to drink from that and discover who we are when we are most ourselves. Within you is the spring, drink from it. Within you is the garden, water it. Find the source within you. Do not seek inspiration elsewhere. This is not the time for that connection. Now is the time to follow the path until you discover the grail of the self and become your own light. So again, remember to shift that focus back onto you, and it's showing up a little obscure here, a little hidden from you in terms of you're not fully aware that maybe you're doing that. So if that's the case and you catch yourself, oh, okay, you know, I forgot about me here again. go back to you. So that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.